Did you know there's a country where the inventor of alternating current was born, where vampires supposedly originated, where one of the world's oldest cities exists, and where Rakija flows more freely than water? I'm Julia, and today we're diving into 100 absolutely crazy facts about Serbia that'll make you fall in love with this passionate Balkan nation that most people know almost nothing about. Let's start with someone who literally changed the world. Nikola Tesla, the genius inventor who gave us alternating current, the induction motor, and countless other innovations that power our modern world, was born in the village of Smiljan in what's now Croatia, but was then part of the Austrian Empire with a Serbian population. Tesla identified as Serbian, spoke Serbian, and his parents were Serbian Orthodox. He's a national hero in Serbia, with Belgrade's airport named after him and his image on money. The guy basically invented the 20th century, yet he died alone and broke in a New York hotel room. Serbia honors his legacy, even though much of the world underappreciates his contributions. Serbia is home to one of Europe's oldest cities. Vinča, near Belgrade, has archaeological sites dating back over 7,000 years to the Neolithic period. The Vinča culture was one of Europe's most advanced prehistoric civilizations, with sophisticated pottery, tools, and what might be the world's oldest form of writing, predating Sumerian cuneiform. Walking through these archaeological sites, you realize that civilization in this region is ancient and deep. Rakija is the national drink, and it's basically jet fuel disguised as fruit brandy. This clear spirit is made from plums, grapes, apricots, or other fruits and ranges from 40 to 65% alcohol. Every Serbian family makes their own rakija, and offering it to guests is sacred hospitality. Refusing is considered insulting. Serbs drink rakia before meals as an aperitif, during meals to aid digestion, after meals as a digestive, and basically any other time they feel like it. The stuff will strip paint off walls and hair off your chest, but Serbs swear it cures everything from colds to heartbreak. Belgrade, the capital, is one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited cities, with settlements dating back 8,000 years. The city sits at the confluence of the Danube and Sava rivers, a strategic location that meant it was conquered and destroyed over 40 times throughout history. Romans, Byzantines, Ottomans, Austro-Hungarians, and others all fought over Belgrade. This constant destruction and rebuilding created a city with layers of history visible everywhere you look. Serbia has a vampire connection that predates Dracula by over a century. The village of Zarođe claims to be the home of vampires, and in the early 1700s, there were documented cases of vampire hysteria. Petar Blagojević and Arnold Paule were real people whose deaths sparked vampire panics, with villagers exhuming bodies, staking corpses, and burning remains. These cases were investigated and documented by Austrian officials, spreading vampire folklore throughout Europe and eventually inspiring Bram Stoker's Dracula. Serbia literally gave the world vampires. Serbian cuisine is hearty, meat-focused, and absolutely delicious. Cevapi, small grilled meat sausages served in flatbread with onions and kajmak, a creamy dairy spread, is the national dish. Pljeskavica is a massive grilled meat patty that makes American burgers look tiny. Sarma is cabbage rolls stuffed with meat and rice. Ajvar, a roasted red pepper spread, accompanies nearly everything. Serbian food isn't for vegetarians, but if you eat meat, you'll be in heaven. The Serbian language uses both Cyrillic and Latin alphabets interchangeably. Street signs might be in Cyrillic, the next in Latin. Menus, newspapers, and websites switch between them freely. Serbian children learn both alphabets in school and can read and write in both without thinking. This dual alphabet system is unique and can be confusing for foreigners trying to navigate, though most Serbs are happy to help translate. Serbia has Exit, one of Europe's largest and most famous music festivals. Held every July at Petrovaradin Fortress in Novi Sad, the festival attracts hundreds of thousands of people from across Europe and beyond. The fortress setting overlooking the Danube River creates an incredible atmosphere. Major international acts perform across multiple stages, and the party goes all night. Exit started in 2000 as a student protest for democracy and peace, and evolved into a world-renowned festival. Novi Sad, Serbia's second city, is called the Serbian Athens because of its cultural and intellectual heritage. The city has a relaxed, cosmopolitan vibe, quite different from Belgrade's intensity. Petrovaradin Fortress dominates the city, and the historic center has beautiful Austro-Hungarian architecture. Novi Sad was European Capital of Culture in 2022, though the pandemic affected celebrations. Serbia has stubbornly refused to recognize Kosovo's independence. Kosovo declared independence in 2008, recognized by over 100 countries including most of the EU and the United States, but Serbia still considers Kosovo its southern province. This issue dominates Serbian politics and complicates Serbia's EU membership negotiations. For Serbs, Kosovo is the heartland of medieval Serbian kingdom and spiritually significant with important monasteries. The issue is deeply emotional and unlikely to be resolved soon. Serbian coffee culture rivals any in Europe. Kafana, traditional Serbian taverns, are where people gather to drink coffee, rakija, eat, listen to live music, and socialize for hours. Serbian coffee is similar to Turkish coffee, finely ground, boiled in a jezva, and served thick and strong. Sitting in a kafana watching the world go by is quintessential Serbian life. Guča Trumpet Festival is one of the world's craziest music festivals. Every August, the small town of Guča hosts hundreds of thousands of visitors for a celebration of Balkan brass band music. Trumpet orchestras compete, drink flows freely, and the party is absolutely wild. If you want to experience authentic Serbian celebration with zero tourist polish, Guča is it. Just prepare for chaos, noise, and a hangover that'll last a week. Serbia's relationship with Russia is complicated and often misunderstood. Serbs feel historical, cultural, and religious kinship with Russia as fellow Orthodox Slavs. Russia supported Serbia diplomatically over Kosovo and other issues. However, most Serbs, especially younger generations, aren't particularly pro-Russian in the sense of wanting to be like Russia. They appreciate historical friendship but want European standards of living. The relationship is emotional and historical rather than ideological for most people. The Drina River House is a tiny house built on a rock in the middle of the Drina River near Bajina Bašta. It was first built in 1968 by a group of young swimmers looking for a better sunbathing spot. The house has been swept away by floods multiple times and rebuilt each time. It's become an iconic image representing Serbian stubbornness and resilience. The house serves no practical purpose, but Serbs love it anyway. Serbia has incredible natural beauty that most foreigners never see. Tara National Park has pristine forests, the Drina River Canyon, and abundant wildlife including brown bears, wolves, and lynx. Javolja Varoš, Devil's Town, features bizarre rock formations created by erosion that locals believed were petrified wedding guests cursed by the devil. The formations are genuinely eerie and otherworldly. Serbian hospitality is legendary and sometimes overwhelming. Invite yourself to a Serbian home and you'll be fed until you can't move, plied with rakija until you can barely stand, and treated like family. Refusing food or drink is considered offensive. Serbs will give you their last piece of bread and consider it an honor to host you. This generosity comes from the heart and is one of the most beautiful aspects of Serbian culture. Belgrade's nightlife is some of the best in Europe and criminally underrated. Splavovi, floating river clubs on the Danube and Sava, party until dawn with live music, DJs, and crowds dancing on boats. Skadarlija, Belgrade's bohemian quarter, has traditional restaurants with live music where you can eat, drink, and sing along. Underground clubs in basements and former bomb shelters host electronic music and alternative scenes. Belgrade parties hard, and the city's nightlife rivals anywhere in Europe for intensity and quality. Serbia isn't in the European Union despite wanting to join. Negotiations have been ongoing for years, complicated by Kosovo, judicial reforms, corruption, and other issues. Most Serbs support EU membership for economic reasons, though enthusiasm has cooled as the process drags on. Serbia is caught between wanting European prosperity and maintaining independence and relationships with non-EU countries like Russia and China. The Serbian film industry has produced internationally acclaimed directors like Emir Kusturica, who won the Palme d'Or at Cannes twice. His films like Underground and Black Cat, White Cat showcase Balkan chaos, dark humor, and surrealism. Serbian cinema often deals with war, history, and identity with unflinching honesty and black comedy. Slava is a uniquely Serbian Orthodox tradition where each family celebrates their patron saint's feast day. The celebration includes religious rituals, preparing traditional foods like slavski kolač, a decorated bread, and žito, boiled wheat, and hosting extended family and friends. Each family has their own slava passed down through generations. It's a beautiful tradition connecting families to their heritage and Orthodox faith. Serbia has thermal spas scattered throughout the country. Vrnjačka Banja, Sokobanja, and other spa towns have natural hot springs where people go for health treatments and relaxation. The spa tradition dates back to Roman times, and Serbs still take spa treatments seriously as health maintenance rather than luxury. The Serbian language has 7 cases, making it challenging for foreigners to learn. Nouns, pronouns, and adjectives change form depending on grammatical function. Native speakers use cases instinctively, but learners struggle with the complexity. The language also has no articles, a present tense that conjugates differently for perfective and imperfective aspects, and other quirks that make it linguistically fascinating and practically difficult. Serbia was bombed by NATO in 1999 during the Kosovo War. The bombing campaign lasted 78 days, targeting military installations, but also causing civilian casualties and infrastructure damage. Buildings destroyed in the bombing still stand as ruins in Belgrade, including the former Ministry of Defense and Radio Television Serbia headquarters. The bombing remains deeply controversial and traumatic for Serbs, who view it as an unjust attack on their country. Serbian wedding traditions are elaborate and joyful. The celebration lasts for days with various rituals, including the groom's party going to the bride's house to buy her, circling 3 times before entering the church, and guests pinning money on the bride and groom while dancing. Live brass bands or orchestras provide music, and the party goes all night with eating, drinking, dancing, and singing. Novak Djokovic, one of tennis's all-time greats with over 20 Grand Slam titles, is Serbian and a massive source of national pride. His success gave Serbia international recognition and inspired a generation of Serbian athletes. Djokovic is fiercely patriotic, and his achievements are celebrated as national victories. When he wins major tournaments, the entire country celebrates. Serbia has a declining population due to low birth rates and emigration. Young, educated Serbs increasingly leave for Western Europe seeking better economic opportunities. This brain drain concerns the country's future, as talented people leave and the remaining population ages. The government has implemented various incentives to encourage childbirth and reverse the trend, but economic challenges make the situation difficult. The Skull Tower in Niš is a macabre monument built by Ottoman forces in 1809 from the skulls of Serbian rebels. After the Battle of Chegar, Ottomans beheaded fallen Serbian fighters and constructed a tower with 952 skulls embedded in the walls as a warning against rebellion. Today, only 58 skulls remain, and the tower is preserved as a memorial. It's genuinely disturbing, but historically significant. Serbian monasteries are architectural and spiritual treasures. Studenica, Žiča, Mileševa, and others date from the medieval Serbian kingdom and contain incredible frescoes, some over 800 years old. These monasteries preserved Serbian culture, literacy, and Orthodox faith through centuries of Ottoman rule. The monasteries in Kosovo are particularly important to Serbian identity, which partly explains the emotional attachment to the region. Serbia grows excellent wine that few people outside the Balkans know about. The Negotin region near the Bulgarian border produces whites and reds from indigenous grape varieties. Winemaking tradition dates back to Roman times, and Serbian wines are gaining international recognition. Visiting Serbian wineries offers a chance to taste quality wines without the crowds and prices of more famous wine regions. The Serbian dinar is the currency, and Serbia has stubbornly maintained it rather than adopting the euro. The dinar's value fluctuates, and many Serbs prefer to hold savings in euros rather than dinars due to inflation concerns. This creates a dual economy where major purchases like cars and apartments are often priced in euros, even though the official currency is the dinar. Belgrade's Kalemegdan fortress sits at the confluence of the Danube and Sava rivers and has been a military fortification for over 2,000 years. The fortress complex includes Roman wells, medieval towers, Ottoman additions, and Austro-Hungarian modifications. Today, it's a public park where people jog, picnic, and watch sunsets over the rivers. The fortress represents Belgrade's entire history in one location. Serbia has a complex relationship with its recent past. The breakup of Yugoslavia and wars of the 1990s are still painful and controversial. Different groups have different narratives about what happened and who was responsible. War crimes were committed by all sides, and coming to terms with this history remains difficult. Younger Serbs born after the wars want to move forward, while older generations carry trauma and unresolved grief. Serbian folk music features distinctive instruments like the gusle, a one-stringed instrument played with a bow, traditionally used to accompany epic poetry about historical battles and heroes. Kolo is traditional circle dancing performed at celebrations. While younger Serbs often prefer modern music, traditional forms remain culturally important and are performed at weddings and festivals. The University of Belgrade, founded in 1808, is one of the oldest and largest universities in the Balkans. It has produced numerous scientists, writers, politicians, and intellectuals who shaped Serbian and Yugoslav history. The university maintains high academic standards and is a source of national pride. Serbs have a reputation for being direct and sometimes blunt. They say what they think without excessive politeness or sugarcoating. This can seem rude to cultures that value indirect communication, but for Serbs, it's honesty. They'd rather tell you the truth than lie to make you comfortable. Once you understand this, interactions become more straightforward and genuine. Serbia's economy has struggled since the 90s, but has been slowly improving. Average salaries remain low compared to Western Europe, but the cost of living is also lower. Belgrade and other cities have seen foreign investment and economic development, but rural areas lag behind. Many Serbs work in the gray economy, supplementing official incomes with under-the-table work. The Yugoslav wars of the 90s devastated the region and Serbia particularly. International sanctions isolated the country, hyperinflation destroyed savings, and NATO bombing damaged infrastructure. The psychological and economic toll was enormous. Serbia is still recovering and rebuilding relationships with neighbors. The wars shaped an entire generation's worldview and experiences. Serbian Christmas is celebrated on January 7th, according to the Orthodox calendar. Christmas Eve traditions include burning a badnjak, a special oak log, and families gathering for a meatless dinner. Christmas Day features roasted pork, feasting, and celebrating Christ's birth. The tradition of carol singing, koleda, sees groups going door-to-door singing traditional songs. Serbia has a vibrant street art and graffiti scene, particularly in Belgrade. Political messages, social commentary, artistic expression, and tags cover walls throughout the city. The Savamala neighborhood has become a center for street art, with murals by local and international artists transforming formerly neglected buildings. The Danube River, Europe's second longest river, flows through Serbia, and the section through Đerdap Gorge, the Iron Gates, is particularly spectacular. The gorge forms the border with Romania, and the river narrows to just 150 meters wide between towering cliffs. A hydroelectric dam built jointly by Yugoslavia and Romania in the 70s created a reservoir and generates significant power. Serbian literature has a rich tradition, though few works are available in English translation. Ivo Andrić won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1961 for his novels about Bosnian history. Contemporary Serbian writers continue producing significant works exploring identity, history, and modern life, though they remain largely unknown to international audiences. Serbians celebrate New Year's Eve twice, once on December 31st and again on January 13th, Orthodox New Year according to the old calendar. This gives Serbs two opportunities to party and make resolutions, and they take full advantage of both. Serbia's relationship with Croatia remains complicated by history and the wars of the 90s. The countries share language, culture, and intertwined histories, but also deep wounds from recent conflicts. Younger generations increasingly want to move past old hatreds, but political leaders sometimes inflame tensions for domestic political gain. Tourism, trade, and personal relationships continue despite political complications. The Serbian Orthodox Church is a major institution with significant social and political influence. Most Serbs identify as Orthodox, even if not particularly religious. The Church preserved Serbian identity during Ottoman rule and remains central to national consciousness. Church and state officially separate, but in practice, the Church wields considerable influence. Serbia has incredible biodiversity with over 40% of European flora species found within its borders. The varied terrain from plains to mountains creates diverse ecosystems supporting numerous plant and animal species, some found nowhere else. The Palace of Princess Ljubica in Belgrade, built in 1831, is a rare example of Balkan residential architecture from the first half of the 19th century. It now houses the Museum of the City of Belgrade with exhibits on Belgrade's history. Serbian humor tends toward dark, ironic, and self-deprecating. Serbs joke about their own suffering, political chaos, and historical tragedies. This dark humor helped people cope with wars, economic collapse, and other hardships. It can seem offensive to outsiders, but it's a coping mechanism and form of resilience. Serbia has been trying to balance relationships between the EU, Russia, China, and the United States, a delicate diplomatic dance. The country wants EU membership for economic benefits, but maintains ties with Russia for historical and political reasons and increasingly welcomes Chinese investment. This balancing act sometimes frustrates all sides, but reflects Serbia's desire to maintain independence while pursuing national interests. The Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade houses the inventor's personal belongings, documents, and inventions. Interactive exhibits demonstrate his discoveries, and visitors can participate in demonstrations of high-voltage electricity. The museum holds Tesla's ashes in a golden sphere, and it's a pilgrimage site for anyone interested in science and innovation. Serbia has a saying, "Samo sloga Serbina spasava," meaning, "Only unity saves the Serbs," reflecting historical experiences of foreign occupation and existential threats. This emphasis on unity and collective identity is deeply embedded in Serbian culture, sometimes to the detriment of individualism and critical thinking. The Ada Ciganlaja Peninsula in Belgrade has been transformed into a popular recreational area with beaches on an artificial lake, sports facilities, restaurants, and cafes. Belgraders call it Belgrade's Sea, and summer weekends see thousands of people swimming, sunbathing, and enjoying outdoor activities. Serbia's road infrastructure has improved significantly in recent years, with new highways connecting major cities. However, rural roads can still be poor, and driving in Serbia requires alertness for potholes, unpredictable drivers, and livestock occasionally wandering onto roads. The Serbian diaspora is huge, with millions of people of Serbian descent living abroad, particularly in the United States, Canada, Australia, Germany, and Austria. These communities maintain cultural connections through churches, cultural organizations, and sending money back to family in Serbia. The diaspora plays an important role in Serbian politics and economy. There you have it, 100 crazy facts about Serbia that reveal a country far more complex, passionate, and fascinating than most people realize. This is a nation that survived empires, wars, and hardships, yet maintained fierce pride, incredible hospitality, and determination to preserve its identity. Whether you're drawn by history, natural beauty, legendary nightlife, or just the warm, intense spirit of people who've been through hell and still know how to celebrate life, Serbia will surprise, challenge, and win you over. Javeli, and I'll see you on the road.